So hello there, everybody. How are you? All out in Avon land today.
Hi.
There's Richard, and I'm Lynn. Today is July 1st, and
we're halfway through the year.
Oh my gosh, can you believe it? The year is more than halfway through. So if you're not where you need to be for your goals, you might want to look at that. So let's see. We don't have any viewers yet. So just kind of watching to see who's going to show up. It's a beautiful day out there today in Salt Lake City. Well, are you getting on?
What's that? Not loading.
I don't know why you're not loading. Say something. Well, you know what? Maybe turn off your Wi-Fi because we're both using the same Wi-Fi just for a minute. I didn't mean close the whole thing down. So, okay, well, doesn't look like anybody's there, but in just 1 minute, just okay. In just 1 minute, I just want to make sure that we can be heard. Richard is checking our page. And there we go. Okay, we are on. Do I have volume? Very carefully, don't. Yeah, okay, we are good. So, and we do have people out there. So hello, everybody, whoever's out there. You shouldn't have to comment. I mean, you shouldn't have to say your name anymore because by doing it on this Facebook page, we hopefully took care of that problem. So welcome, everybody. Today is July 1st. Like I said, we're more than halfway through the year already. And so we just need to get busy if we're going to make it to our goals at the end of this year. And oh my gosh, Rep Fest is coming up in less than 25 days or something. So if you're out there, give me a comment, give me a shout out, let me know you're there, and let me know if you can hear me okay. So today I am going to talk about systemizing everything, how to systemize everything to grow your business. And let's talk about why you want to systemize. First thing I'm going to do, hold on, I'm going to move this to my other window, and I am going to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see my blog now. So why do we want to systemize? Well, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my blog. This is my blog, onlinebeautybiz.com. And I just want to show you really quick. If right here on the right-hand side is the search. If you're on a phone, I can pull this up so you can see it on the phone, I think. That's not what I wanted. Tools, web console. Okay, so if you're on a phone, it's going to look like this. So if you scroll down, it's like maybe 5 or 6 posts. Go all the way down, and then you'll get to the part where you can enter your email to get on our newsletter and our social media. Right there above the social media is the search. So if you're on a phone, you can find it there, okay? So I just want to make sure everybody understands. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for Systemize for this one. And how to systemize everything to grow your business. So okay, so let's talk about it. Why do we want to systemize? Well, you know, we're all busy, and creating systems to help you in your business is what helps the most successful people be the most successful because they get the most done. So, I mean, there's things that you do in your business over and over again that are the same. And if you can create a system to make that so it's easier to do it, it's going to help your business explode because it's going to give you more time to work your business. And so, like I said here, if you ever wondered how another Avon representative manages to get it all done, it's because she has systems. So systems can help you work faster and produce more. They can produce higher quality results with fewer mistakes because the systems kind of take care of the mistakes. And then once you have a system in place, you can outsource that. You can have a teenage daughter or the neighbor boy or whoever do that for you because the system is there ready. So just kind of real quick, I think we talked about this in the last time we had a Facebook Live. But, when Richard and I first started, it was back in 2001. We both had great jobs, but we were both working ourselves to death. So, hey, Rick. Hi. Hi, Leanne. Good to see you guys. But we were working ourselves to death. I was working 60, 70 hours a week, and I had an hour and a half drive each way to work. So I was leaving the house at between 6 and 6:30 in the morning and getting home between 9 and 10 at night, every night. Richard was a store manager, and his store was a lot closer. He was like 15, 20 minutes away, but he worked just as many hours. And so what happened was we would try to get our work done. We would try to build our business. Richard worked. He has days off were Wednesdays and Sundays. And, of course, I was off Saturdays and Sundays, although most weekends I worked from home, just in my day job. But so on Wednesdays, Richard would take out the brochures to all of our customers. And you guys have heard this before. There's one of the last Facebook Lives, we go into that in more detail. But we used to, put books on doorsteps. We put Avon brochures on doorsteps. We would take 300 brochures, put them on the doorstep 6 times in a row. And every time we got a customer, of course, we would keep that customer. So I would put them in an Excel spreadsheet, and I would create a label. And then when Richard was out putting books on doorsteps, it was also his job to deliver those brochures to everybody that we had created a label for to make sure they all got their brochures. And what happened was his Wednesday day off, he ran out of time. He couldn't get it all done. And so that's when we started looking for other ways to do this. And so that's when we started bulk mailing. And we got a bulk mail permit, and we started actually bulk mailing brochures. And sure, we had to still label the brochures. We had to put them in envelopes. And, I printed off labels with the addresses and everything on them. But it was a lot less time than him going around and doing it. Same thing with making phone calls. I think it was 2 weeks ago, we talked about how to follow up with your customers, and the phone calls and the text messages, that takes time. And I didn't have the time to do it. And back then, I don't know if Teresa Paul is ever going to hear this video, but she was one of them. But back then we didn't have Facebook. We had online chat with Avon in a bulletin board, basically. And I was telling people that I was going to start doing this voice shop message where basically you record a pre-recorded message and it's blasted out to your customers. And everybody was telling me, don't do that. Don't do that. You're making a big mistake because it's all about personal relations with your customers and you're just going to make them mad. Well, I didn't have much choice. It was either do that or not make phone calls because I couldn't make them at 11 o'clock at night. And I did it. And you would be amazed at the response I got. I mean, my customers loved it. I did not sell in those calls. My district manager wanted me to. She wanted me to say, hey, look at this is on sale and that's on sale. But I did not do that because I wanted this to be a friendly reminder. So it was just a quick, hey, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. Just a quick reminder, my order's going in. If you need anything, let me know by Monday. And if not, no problem. Have a great weekend. And a lot of my customers even told me that they didn't even listen to my message. They just knew that, oh, it's Lynn, and they'd hang up and they'd call me or email me and give me their order. And so it's huge. And back then we were selling 5,000 a campaign. But when I did that reminder call at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday and told them to have it to me by Monday, so I might have had between $600 and $800 in orders on Friday morning. And after that call went out, by Monday, I'd have $5,000 in orders. So it's huge. So you need to find a way to do it. If you can't do it yourself, then find a system to do it. And so 2 weeks ago, we talked about that. We talked about, the voice shots, and we talked about the text messages and how to do those and how to systemize those. So if you need to, you can go back and watch that. So today we're going to talk more about templates. So, how many times do you answer an email from your potential new representative or your current representative or your customer? And it's the same questions over and over again, right? So what you want to do is you want to create templates that can be repurposed and used for these. So they can be like as simple as a canned response in your email, or there is software you can buy that's called Text Expander or Phrase Express, where you just type a couple of letters and it automatically types a whole sentence for you that you have set up. What I do is I create a Word document. And I'm going to show it to you real fast, but I can't let anybody have this because it's specific to my business. This is mine and my customers and my team, and all of that's in here. But all I do is, look, it's a Word document. I just have these snippets. So look, hi, your order's on hold. It looks like your order cost is this. Your balance is this. So you need to pay this much in order for your order to be released. If there's anything, if you need help with your account, call customer service. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know. And I will use this and I'll text, my no orders or my orders on hold for my team members. So it's really easy for me to go to this Word document, edit this with the right dollar amounts, and then copy and paste it into a text message or an email or whatever. So, like here's one, having a hard time getting started. So it seems like you're having a hard time getting started. Avon's doing these webinars now on Monday nights. So I will put in here this coming Monday and the date, and I would set up a new link because obviously this link changes every week. But same thing, you can copy and paste. Here's one, you missed your order. So, hi, Jennifer, I see you missed your campaign 14 order. And this is what I say when after the campaign closes, because there's no way for us to, it's too late at that point. They've already either placed their order or they didn't, now that we have flexible ordering. But so I'll say, hey, you missed your campaign 14 order. And as an Avon Beauty boss, you get to work your business your way. My only concern is that by missing your order completely, you didn't get brochures, campaign 16 brochures, which will put you out of business when you get to campaign 16. So when you place your campaign 15 order, you might want to be sure to get 16 and 17 brochures. And they're always ordered 2 campaigns in advance. So this is my little way of saying, hey, you didn't place an order, get one in, but without saying that, right? I'm just trying to help them because the truth is they are going to be out of business if they don't have brochures. So these are, and I have all kinds of stuff in here. And like I said, I can't share this because this is specific to me and there's a lot of information in here that I can't give to other people. But you need to create your own document. Just, every time you start finding yourself answering the same questions or sending the same texts or sending the same emails, just put it somewhere so that you can copy and paste it. So that's one thing I do. So these will save you lots of time because you won't have to rewrite them. And it says in this article, it says one example of how I use the templates is my follow-up process for potential recruits, prospects, and leads. So that we went through, I think it was last week we went through this, but the information's here, and I tell them how I follow up with my leads and how I keep track of them. And I have my text that I just copy and paste. I have my emails that I just copy and paste. So I don't have to rewrite them all the time. I hope that makes sense. So let's go back to the original one. I also have templates for my blog posts. So let's go here. This is my blog. This is the back end of my blog. And if you're not a blogger, if you haven't written a blog, you're not going to have any idea what this is. So please forgive me. But basically what this is I have a general post template that I use for most of my blog posts. So this is already got my ready to get started as a representative. Click here, has this like footer that I put on every blog post. So I will copy this. I'll create a new blog post and paste it in and then put my blog post in. Another thing I do, and actually I learned this from Emily Seagren, so thank you, Emily. And Emily has this template you can get from her. It's a campaign catalog template. I edited mine a little bit for me, but it's pretty much what she had. So basically, I have notes in here. So it tells me how to name it, how I put the URL, and then it has the effective date. So I'm gonna copy and paste this into a new blog, and I'm gonna replace the images with the new images. And then I say check out some of the hottest items. So this is all laid out for me. I just have to edit and change the information. So rather than me trying to figure out how to rewrite this whole thing all over again, it's just a template that I just copy, paste into a new blog post. Same thing with my emails. If you go to my emails and my drafts, I have, all of my emails in here. Here's a prospect, email number 1. thanks for your interest in Avon. I just copy this, create a new email, paste it in there. I don't send it from here because I don't want to lose my draft. So I have in my drafts, in my email, I have all kinds of drafts. I have drafts for my representatives. I have drafts for my leads. I have, all different kinds of stuff. So it just makes a huge difference in your business because there's no reason to do it over and over again, right? So another thing that I find really helpful is checklists. And, you might think, well, I do the same thing over and over again, and why do I need a checklist? But, it's so easy to miss a step. And so if you click here, I have a post about how I use a spreadsheet to make sure this is whenever I get a new representative started. I have a Google spreadsheet, and the reason I do is because I have a link to it right in my top of my browser. I have a link to it, and it will go straight to that. And I can access it from any computer that I'm on. So that's why I do it in a Google spreadsheet. But you can do it however you want. But if we click on here and I give you the spreadsheet, here's the Google spreadsheet. Now, if you want this for yourself, all you have to do is click on File, Make a Copy, and it will save it to your Gmail account. So see what I do is I have the information here. When I get a new representative, I just click on the whole row. I click on that number 3 to get the whole row, and I say Insert Row Above. And look at that. I just signed up Richard Huber. And today is 7118. So I have his district number. I have his account number. Whoops. I have his account number. I put his phone number in, right? I'm just going to, an email. And I put their credit limit in here. This is just information that's helpful for me. This is, if you decide to use this is your form. You do whatever you want. But I put their credit limit in just because it helps me to know. Language, English, state. Richard lives in Nevada. And then I put whether it's a lead from Avon or not. If it's a personal recruit, I know him. He's my first recruit. And then I put the first order, my campaign of the first order. So in this case, it would be 15, right? We're on 15. And 15 is actually due 7/10. Now, I have a formula already in here. So the first one you have to type in. But the second one, if you can see up here, it says equals 04 plus 1. So that means the campaign that was in 04 plus 1 equals 13. And then on the order date, I put P4, which is this date, plus 14. So if I just take these all the way through 7 campaigns and copy, I just Command-C or Control-C, or you can say Edit, Copy, and then go up here and paste it. You can go Edit, Paste, or you can Command-V or Control-V, depending on your computer. So now I know when each of their orders are due. So I'm going to go through later when that campaign comes up, and I'm going to write what their order is in here. These are the fast start, the kick start qualifications. So my entire goal with my new reps is to help them to meet those qualifications. So if I see that they missed this one, maybe they got, it's really sad, but I've had this happen. They have a $145 order. They missed it by $5. By the time I know that, it's usually too late. But I can at least send them a text or an email and say, hey, you missed it by $5. Your next order, your third order, you want it to be $200 if you want to get that 40% guaranteed commission. So that's what I use this for. So I actually will go in from Vibe, I'll find out what their order was, and I'll put it in here. But for right now, I just got this new recruit. I'm not worrying about that. I'm leaving those spaces blank. And then I have a series of things that I do. So email 2, email 3, these go later, so they're not going to happen today, but I added them to my contacts today, and I welcomed him on Facebook. I always welcome my new reps on Facebook for lots of reasons. Number 1, to make them feel welcome. Number 2, to show everybody else that we're signing up people, we're moving and grooving, and that's kind of, without you saying join my team, that's kind of like you're like saying things, you're congratulating, welcome Richard for joining, and people who are prospects that are looking at you, you didn't tell them join my team, but they saw that you're signing people up, so they're going to be more likely to call you and say, hey, what are you doing? Can I join your team? So it's kind of a sneaky way, but it's just, you know, you don't want to constantly be bombarding people with join my team or join me or buy from me or whatever. So instead you talk about all the good things that's happening and they come back, right? So if I can friend them on Facebook, I'll friend them. I have a team Facebook group. I can't add them there until they are friends with me. So, and then I have an email list. I add them to send out cards, and I send them a welcome card. I send them a welcome email, and I send a welcome kit by mail. I send a priority mail envelope with about 10 books.
6 books.
6 books. Their schedule, a little welcome letter from me, the $19.99 Skin So Soft bundle flyer, the Kickstart flyer, and a tip I learned from Lisa Wilbur when we were on the cruise to Bermuda. I'm now adding an Aspira shake and a little booklet about Aspira in their welcome pack, because if they have that sample of the shake, and you just buy the ones with the individual packs, you know, the Aspira that has the individual packs in it, and just add one of those individual packs to their to their welcome kit, and they'll try it. And you never know. Maybe they'll sell it. Maybe they'll buy some themselves. So, you know, when I do these, I go in and I'll write, okay, so I added them to my email list. I added them to send out cards, and I sent a card, and I sent the welcome email. So I know this sounds like a lot of work, but this makes sure that I do everything that I need to do for my new person, and I don't forget to put them in Facebook, or I don't forget to put them on my email list, because those are important things. Now, of course, you can email them from Avon, from Vibe. So like I said, the columns that are on here are only what you want. So that's just, it's a form that I use, and every single person I sign up, I put on this form. And so you can get it from this link right here, Google Spreadsheet template. You click on it, brings you to this template, and you can say file, make a copy, and it will save it to your Gmail, to your Google Drive. I hope that makes sense.
It's nice to have everything in one place. You can, at a quick glance, you can see where you're at on everybody on your team.
Yeah, because as the spreadsheet gets big, then you can kind of see what's going on, and you can see if it's a lead. You can see if they're qualified. You know, so like Susie, she did a $50 order, and then her second order was $100. Well, she's not qualified, so obviously you can say no there. It lets you know. So you can keep track of who. And I think I have, if it's a yes, it automatically turns yellow. So it makes it real easy for you to go down and see how many qualified recruits do I have. So this is just what I do. But I hope that you find that helpful. Hi, Barbara. I see you're on here. And yes, it's recording. It's a Facebook Live. It will be available on this page after it's done. So then, like I said, when I appoint a new representative, I have a series of emails that I send, and I keep track of their sales for 7 campaigns in that spreadsheet to help them get the Kickstart bonuses. Some want it, some don't. All you can do is help them, right? All you can do is help them the best that you can, to get them whatever they want out of their business. Some of them only want to get their products at a discount. They don't care about that. But some of them want to make big money. And some of them want to at least get that 40% for the first 7 campaigns. That's huge, because they get 40% on everything, even the stuff that the rest of us get 20% on. So that's pretty cool. So this is just some of the emails that I send to my new representatives. New representative email number 1, email number 2. You're welcome to copy these. You can take them. And then how I follow up with my new representatives, that's the same thing. You know, I stay in really close communication with my new reps for their first 7 campaigns. And then after that, it just depends. It depends on, I have normal communication that goes with my entire team, the team emails, sales meetings, webinars. We now have Facebook Lives. They're in my online beauty biz. And then I work closely with the ones who are working, the ones who are out there selling that you know, want to build a business. I'm working with them. The ones that want leadership or that are starting to build teams, I work closely with them. And then like every new representative, I'll text them about a week before their next order is due. And I'll say, hey, just checking the thing. Here it is right here. Just checking to see how things are going. Your campaign 12 order is due anytime between now and noon on Tuesday. Anything I can help you with? Just kind of a quick reminder, just to, you know, hopefully help them get that order in on time. And then the day after the campaign closes out, I pull up each of the new representatives to see what their sales are, and I log them into my spreadsheet for the first 7 campaigns. And it helps me to see how they're doing. So like I already showed you on my little text snippet that I copied from, if they didn't place an order, I'll send something like this, you didn't place an order, this is a little different one. Kind of, I kind of use with whatever, but so, and then I email through Vibe all my representatives, old and new, everybody, the first day of the new campaign, they get a welcome to campaign 16 email. And then on the Thursday before the campaign closes out, I'll say, just a reminder, campaign 16 is going in by noon on Tuesday. So it just kind of gives you that, it's a system again, right? You just keep it going, keep that system going. I even have my blog is even part of that system, because when a rep calls me and says, how do I place an Avon order? I go to my blog and I find my post about how to place an Avon order, and I send them that blog post. Here you go, read this. Or, hey, I got a customer that says they ordered online, but I can't find their order. Well, I send them my blog post about how to find an online order in your back office. So all of that, it's just, and those things you can use with your team. Doesn't even matter if you're on my team or not. There's no recruiting in this blog. It's here just to help you grow your business. So if you have a team member that wants to know how to do something, and if you want to, you can come here and search for a blog post on how to do it and share that with them. Or you can, start creating your own. It's not like you have to have them all created right now. Oh, that was the wrong post. Let's go back to the Systemize. It's not like you have to have everything all created right now. It's just more when you answer an email and it's something you've answered more than once to different reps, then save a copy of it. Next time that you text your team member that their order's on hold, save a copy of it. Because if you just take the time to record the steps when you're doing them, then in the future, it's going to make it a lot easier, faster to complete, and best of all, when the time comes and you get really big, you can pass all this off to your assistant who's going to help you do your office work. So let me see if I have any comments. So that was basically what I have for you today. It's only been a half an hour, so that's good. We kept it short. What questions do we have? Do we have any questions about this? It's just about, keeping those systems. If you just keep those systems going and just, even if you just document it for yourself, but it just makes things easy. I like lists. I'm a list person. I think if you talk to a lot of top representatives, you'll find they have lists. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, I mean, it's all there. I mean, basically, you don't need to know everything, and nobody's going to know everything when you first start. But it's nice because Lynn has this system set up here. It's kind of like an encyclopedia. So if you have a problem with something that as you're new in the business, you can search this and get a quick answer for it.
Awesome. Tina, hi Tina. Sorry, but we're just wrapping it up, so you're gonna have to listen to the replay. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome. See, Tina says she's a major list person too. Lists make a huge difference in your business because it makes sure everything gets done, and it makes it so you don't have to think about what do I have to do next. Just check them off, get it done. And even making a list of what your tasks are that you need to do that day, it makes it so you get much more done because you're just checking it off. Okay, I did this. Boom. Okay, I did that. Boom. It just helps. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you know what? I want to thank you all for being here. This will be here on this page so you can watch it later. It should be, as soon as I get done, it should be on the page. I am going to get rid of my screen. And so thank you guys. I do want to say, I've been asking people what we should call this Sunday night training, and I had two different names that came up that came up the most. One is Learning with Lynn, and one is Sunday Success Strategies. I think we're going to go with Learning with Lynn only because if we ever change the day, we're not locked into that name. So thank you, all of you who came up with the ideas for these names. And so our next one, we will be calling it Learning with Lynn. So thank you all for being here. Rick, Tina, Barbara, Leanne. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you. So go out there and have a great week, and happy 4th of July in just a couple more days.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. Have a great business week.
We'll be back next week, July 8th, Sunday, 6 p.m. Mountain. So that's 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you next week, and we'll see you on Facebook.
Learning with Lynn.
Learning with Lynn. Bye-bye.
Have a great week.
Thank you.